Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy second recording, happy second quick recording on this Tuesday. So I'm waiting for someone to come out of Walmart. So someone literally just emailed me the minute I parked. So I figured I would just jump on because it'll be a quick recording. So she is so annoyed and frustrated in her email. So she went on a date last night, and it was like a first time date, and it literally was the quote unquote date from hell. So she addressed some things that had happened within the date, and just it just wasn't good. And she just wanted to know, like, hey, have you ever experienced the date from hell? She was like, I don't know if you're single, if you're spoken for, but in general, have you ever experienced a date from hell? Here's my responses. Only one time. And in fact, I have an entire recording on that. Not too specific per se, but a entire recording on that. Maybe I'll go through it tonight, and then I'll see if I can find that particular recording, and then I'll send it to you. But only one time. I guess for different reasons as well. Like I'm really like a fun girl. Like I know I get all deep and stuff on YouTube. Well, let me take that back. I get deep face to face too, but I love to have fun. I love to laugh. Like I'm the girl, like I'm gonna be like your homeboy and your girl, you know what I mean? So I'm very, very, I'm fun. I'm simple. I don't like, I'm simple. I know I may not look like it, but truly I'm simple. So I met this dude. Goodness gracious. I'm about to have a flashback and putting me back in just in that moment. So I met this guy, and truth be told, he is a nice guy. Because again, I tap into your spirit. I can tell. He's a good guy. But he's very overbearing. He's very, very overbearing. And okay, so he's loaded, right? He's very, very, very successful. And in his, defense, he worked really hard. From my understanding, he worked really hard, and he made a great name for himself. And he seems to be very, very well connected. I see him a lot behind the scenes, things like that. All right. So he's been trying to get at your girl for a minute, right? He'll see me at concerts or whatever. He passing numbers down. Mind you, he's overbearing. So I can be on the opposite side of the audience, and he's passing his cards like literally hand to hand to 20 people. They have to pass the hands of 20 people just to get to me to say, hey, such and such, want you. That kind of overbearing. So, and I'm also a very nice person. Like, I am not that chick who would ever like kind of just turn my nose up to a guy. Like if he says hello, I'm very, very friendly. I'm very, very kind. I'm very, very down to earth. But I'm not with all that nonsense. But eventually, after maybe about 8 or 9 attempts, he finally had someone to find me on social media. And we chatted for a little while, and he's not even on social media like that, so I felt bad. So I was like, all right, you went through all this, all right, we can go out for a date. So of course I drove, and he drove, and we met at the restaurant. However, I arrived there first. That's just me. I like to arrive first, check out the scenery, make sure everything is good, right? So when I got there, it was a very, very upscale, nice restaurant, valet parking and all that stuff. So when I first got there, he was like, oh, he already called and said you will be coming, so let's get your car. And he had it all laid out. Don't get me wrong. It was very nice. Very, very nice. So after they parked my car, and he had already called and said he was like literally right down the street. So I figured, no, I'll just stand. I'm not going to go to a restaurant. I'm just going to stand right here and wait on him at the valet parking. Oh my goodness. This dude pulls up in I won't say the car. I didn't say them in the last recording, but a very, very expensive car, at least $200,000. Very expensive car, right? Nice car. I'm talking about top down, music blast, and this is not a young dude. No, he's not a young guy. Music blasting, just overbearing. Pulls up to the VIP, valet parking, hops out of the car and just loud for no reason. Not ghetto loud, but overbearing loud. Just have to be seen, have to make this huge scene of this and that and all this stuff, right? Oh, cool. No issue yet. Nice gesture. Thank you. Let's go into the restaurant. We're in the restaurant now. Now we're in this restaurant. Mind you, a very upscale restaurant. Classy. Quiet. So it should be. And he is just loud and yelling out the waitress name, let's get this bottle. I want the top bottle. I don't care if it's $1,000. Bring that champagne, bring that wine, whatever baby girl want. I don't care. Bring her a lobster fresh out the. If you got to go and catch the lobster, you get the lobster. You bring her whatever she wants. I don't care. Slamming black cards on the table. And I'm just sitting there like, Lord, what have I gotten myself into? And everybody in the restaurant is looking. And it's like, and mind you, he dresses very, what's the word? Almost like, I can't think of the word, but when he walks in, you know. You know he's there. I'll just say that. He's there. And I'm just sitting here again. I'm smiling and stuff like that, and I'm just trying to just get past this one dinner because I know I'm gonna change my number tomorrow. I wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying. And he's just, you're trying to you're supposed to be having a conversation, trying to get to know each other. What do you do? What's this and that? He just right there. I'm going to tell you now, I done see all these niggas, quote unquote, all these niggas after you. So I'm going to tell you now, when we leave this dinner, you call all them niggas and let them know you done met the dude of your life. You let them know. You done met the man of your dreams. They ain't got a shot. Oh my God. Sir, could you please sit down? Because he kept getting up. I don't even know why. Could you please sit down and let's just talk, quiet things down, and just chill? Chill. So we got past a couple of hours or whatever, and it just, when we were leaving out, I just knew in the back of my mind that was going to be the first and last time. Well, not the first time you saw me, but definitely the last time you saw me, as far as a date wise. I guess the spirit told him different, because he just thought we were getting married, the next day, I guess. I don't know. And so I knew good and well I wasn't going to, return the call. I would play it off. Again, I'm not that chick. I'm not like this nasty chick. So I would probably have 2 more conversations just to kind of soften it. And then eventually just kind of ran out the back door. That type of thing, right? But then when I got home, I got a heavy download in my spirit that God wanted me to reach out to him. And I was like, God, please, I don't want this yelling in my ear. What do you want? And so I got downloads that it was a very, very quick, not an assignment per se, but to deliver some words. I don't know what those words were. I never do until I start speaking, and then everything else comes out. So when I called him, soon as he picked up the phone, hope you done call all them niggas and let them know you done met the nigga of your life. Did I tell you this is not a young cat? This is not a young dude, no. This is So I said, no, I didn't call these dudes. Whoever you're referring to, I didn't call these dudes and tell them I met the man of my dreams. I have not called them. However, I called you because I got a word. I got a word. And I know he knows God, because I mean, you know, we talked briefly for a moment at dinner, and he, you know, he knew God or whatever. I said, listen, I get it. I do. Truly I do. I know the majority of females are, you know, they're moved by money, they're moved by things, material things, they're moved by all that, this and that and all this stuff, right? I get it. So I get it. I get why men are sometimes conflicted on, you know, how they approach and how they present themselves, because a lot of women have made it seem like, you know, a man have to have this in order to even have a conversation. I mean, if I was a dude and if I had it like I wouldn't care who. Child, listen, either you gonna want me for me, or you can go wherever. So I said, now, when we were at dinner, the few times that I got a word in, right? I said, I was trying to let you know that, you know, you don't have to buy $500 bottles of champagne and wine and stuff like that. I'm just not that girl, right? But I'm trying to have that conversation with you, but you just didn't allow me to even have a word in. And then he cut me off, which is whatever. But he cut me off. He was like, you know what? He said, I'm going to be real with you. He said, you're right. He said, you know, all my life, I'm so used to, you know, even if I just first meet a female, like the very first time we have a sit down, it's, can you do this? Can you buy this? Can you do this? Can you buy that? So he says, you're right. That has been my experience. And so I then said, well, what is it about yourself? What's missing within you that make you feel as if the only thing you can offer a female is your money or is materialistic things? That's a you thing. Even if the vast majorities are moved by that, what is it within you that you're missing that makes you feel like that's all you have that is value to give to a woman? If you had that conversation with her and she's presenting all that stuff on the first time, it's almost like you should be like, nah, like first of all, I ain't doing that. And second of all, after this meal, I'm not calling you again. Point blank period. Point blank period. But why are you attracting the same type of woman? Because you said, quote unquote, every single woman. So what is it within yourself? You're attracting this type of woman. Because every chick ain't like that. I'm not like that. And I got some homegirls who ain't like that. Like, for real, for real. And so he started to listen or whatever. And then I went on, and God had me to give some other words just within the spirit. And I just let him know, like, listen, dude, I'm telling you, like, you know, first of all, you're not a young dude, respectfully. You know, you're not a young, I don't really care for young dudes like that. No disrespect, young dudes. But, you know, I like mature men. I'm just keep it real. So you're not a young dude anymore. So you should already be tapped in enough to know, you know, what's really out here like that. Right. And when you lead with your spirit, right? Because you know God, you know, you snuck God in there with all that nonsense you had going on, but you know God. So you got to really get yourself aligned, right? Stop worshiping your money. I mean, I think it's wonderful that you've made a great living for yourself. Again, I can tell you're very, very well connected out here in this industry and things like that. But at the same time, stop worshiping and making your money your God. And you may not even be doing it intentionally, but you are. And he got quiet. He just got quiet. And as he finally, and he got quiet. And then I went on and I went on. And of course, the spirit gave me the words. So I don't even remember the rest. And before I knew, like right before we hung up, he was like, you know what? I have never in my life met a female like you. And I said, I know they all say that. I'm going to toot my horn there. They all say that. And he was just like, I honestly, he said, I can't even sit here and argue with you because you're right. He said, you're absolutely right. Everything you've said. And he said, you know, well, you know, hopefully we can go out to dinner tomorrow. No, we're not going out to dinner tomorrow. No, we're not doing that, boo. I ain't telling it like that, right? But no, my job is done. I've delivered my words. I know without a doubt that there was no type of chemistry or spiritual connections on that date. That ain't for me. right? So hopefully he take those words and maybe now if he's dating someone or whatever, hopefully he's now choosing more wisely. But I ain't got time for that, right? I just ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. But that was my date from hell. And again, as you know, he wasn't a bad person, but it just was too overbearing for me. And that's just not type of an assignment that I want to take on right now, unless God required that to be an assignment. And God had not been clear that it was an assignment to take on, but just to deliver those words. So again, everyone is not on assignment. Sometimes God would just use you as a vessel to speak a few words, plant those words, and someone else may water the seed and it sprouts someplace else. But every person is not your assignment. For some reason, we as women especially want to keep taking on assignments and taking on projects. You don't do that unless you clearly have heard from God. If you want to keep your sanity, please trust me when I tell you. I'm speaking from experience. You don't want to take on any assignments unless you hear clearly from God. Stop picking up projects and picking up assignments that are not spiritually ordained. So that was my date from hell. So yeah, I told you guys now I'm not perfect. I go through the same things you guys go through. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, or with her, and then with you guys. So you guys have a great one. I'll chat with you guys sometime tomorrow, hopefully.